How you going, people? Just replacing my, I've already done a video on this. Those little Glock cups, putting the blue ones on, taking the black ones off. I still got to find my other Glock to do the last one. I found 3 of them. I got one somewhere else. But anyway, a couple comments on that video. Look, this tube right in here, where this sits, that's the big issue on what they call striker fire mechanisms. This tube in here is what fills up with water, and I always take a Q-tip and get all in there. Most people don't clean that. You got to get all the way down because that's where the firing pin is going to come through. Because this is your firing pin, and it actually just pops out right through there like so. But there is a tube in here, and this is the tube that's the problem when it gets filled up with water. And it can fill up with water through all these holes that are in here, the butt plate and all this. So, you know, I did that video on too much oil. And when I dunked this in oil, this cavity filled up with oil. And because it's used to be working on firing with nothing in there but air, when you get water or oil or blood or anything else that grows in there, you can have a possibility of having a light strike or not enough power to do it. Most revolvers underwater don't fire very well, especially in single action, because the hammer is designed to go forward in air, and when you get water in there, it slows it down, so it causes you a light primer hit. So there was a lot of confusion, a lot of comments, and some little trolls that just wanted to argue. So when they're saying too much oil, I get it. If you put too much oil on this and you shove this in this small cavity and you don't clean your gun, that's the key that everybody keeps remembering. You gotta not clean your gun. You are not gonna get this full by shooting 200, 300, 400 rounds. And most people clean their gun after they shoot. And most people don't shoot 500 rounds when they shoot. I mean, hell, even as a cop, I mean, the most rounds we shot when I was shooting competition, we'd shoot like, 5,000 on a weekend. But that was in competition. And then we'd shoot, thousands during a week. But we clean our gun every day. So anytime I shoot my gun, I clean it. Now, some people are like, oh, you don't need to use a Glock. And I know I clean guns when I was an armor for cops. And they didn't clean them the whole year until I did my annual inspection. And that was the only time it got cleaned. And they always went bang at the range, and I never had a problem. But this tube that this fits in is very small. It's made and designed to fit this in there. And when it's in there, there's not a lot of room. So it doesn't take a lot of liquid to get in here. And I'm sure there's some spec. Glock probably knows exactly how much liquid. Somebody could probably do this test by plugging that up and filling it up with water after this is in here, and you would know exactly how much water it takes to do it. And it wouldn't be a lot. But anyway, I think this might be is this a Gen 4 too? Hell, it doesn't have what Gen on it. But it's got the little thing that tells me when there's a round in the chamber, and I thought they did that in Gen 4. So if there's a round in the chamber, it sticks the extractor out, and you can feel that little button right there. And that button sticks out. And I don't know if I can get it in there or not. Yeah, see how that kind of sticks out now? Right there? And when there's no round, how it's smooth. And when there's a round, it kind of comes out. And that way you can rub it in the dark and feel. I think they put that on Gen 4. Maybe they put it on Gen 3, but I thought it was Gen 4. But anyway, I digress. So that's the issue about oil and dirt. And what other people are saying is too much oil isn't a problem. It's only the dirt mixed in with the oil. Well, no shit. Even if you don't have a lot of oil and you let your gun get dirty enough, dirt will cause a malfunction. Yeah, but Rick, if you got oil, the dirt will collect it, it'll stay better than whatever. Clean your freaking gun. I mean, that's the issue. I mean, the AKs, hell, even the freaking idiots that use the AK where they buy them for 25 bucks in all these great third world countries that we keep letting in here, they clean their AKs. You know how they do it? They tie a freaking string to it and throw it in the river and pull it back. And as a river runs through it, that's how they clean it. But they clean it. They get rid of the gunk and powder and crap. And if you don't do that, you're going to have problems. And if you do it, then you won't have problems if you clean it. So that was the main issue that I kind of wanted to pick up in this little video here. So, and sometimes, I know they tell you to use your Glock tool for this, but this little black thing right here is very small, and you have to get it right on there. So I find it easier to use something flat, and that way I can just press it in easier, and it goes in easier like so. And you can use it on here too. But this is round, so the punch will work fine on that one. But anyway, and then I always do my function check. That should lock up. When you press this right here, that should fall down. When it pops up, it'll click. It shouldn't go down unless I press that in, and then it goes down. When I push up, it'll click. And now that's kind of like my little function check to make sure that these things are in there right and they're functioning properly. But I wanted to cover that on the changing these little Aquaman things. The odds of me using it, slim to none. But you know what? Hey, they're there. I think they cost me $8. I love this little Glock. So this little Glock is, I don't even know what model it is. Does it say? It's a 30. 45. Holds 10 rounds here with one in the chamber. So that's 11 rounds. And it's got the little end cap to make it so my grip, if I have my grip here, I don't have my pinky. And I don't want somebody to do a pinky takedown on me. So I have to have my pinky wrapped around to prevent that takedown. And I should have put oil on. I know somebody's wife got on me because my hands weren't oily. There. There. So anyway, just put a round in the chamber, pop this out, put my other round in there. I got 11 in the mag, or 10 in the mag and 1 in the chamber. I'm good to go. Although I didn't do a function check. Even I did a function check on a slide. Proper way to do a function check on all semi-automatics. Most people should know this. Make sure it's clear. I usually just do that and then I'll inspect. But if you do this and there's rounds in the chamber, you're either going to eject it or you're going to load and eject. So doing this is a good way to clear a gun. 1, 2, 3. It practices your slingshot method. It reinforces it. So if I load and I need to tap and rack, but anyway, I digress. So clear it. It's clear. Point it in a safe direction. Squeeze the trigger. Hold that trigger back. Cock it again, and when you let that trigger go forward, it should click. You should hear it reset. There's my reset. Then when I pull it, it should fire again. And if you do that with a loaded gun, it will fire for the dummies out there. So, there's my Glock. Get a little oil on it there. Woo, look at that. Using my oil on my hands. Woo, look at that shiny Glock. Woo, that's pretty. That's a pretty Glock. And we are good to go. Glock 30. Aquaman ready now. All right, we'll end that there.